All right, y'all. I had to go take care of some other stuff, so I stopped recording. So if you didn't see the video before this, please go back and watch that, where I discovered that one of my female tarantulas had escaped and was in the corner of my closet, and I had no idea she had gotten out. In that video, I demonstrated how to deal with an escaped tarantula, recapture them, and now I'm going to demonstrate how to put them back in their house with little stress or harm to you or the animal. So, without further ado, let's get started. All right, so this is the enclosure that she has been in for the past couple of years, I guess now. Unfortunately, the top of it still had screen on it, but I had no way to fix it. And honestly, this was the best option I had as far as size of enclosure, considering her size. Well, she finally crawled up toward the top and started pulling away some of the screen right along here. Just not that much, just enough to squeeze through. So I have removed the screen. I've got a solid piece of styrofoam that you would use for like crafts and everything that I'm going to put on top of that enclosure for now and lay a brick or two on top of it so she can't move that out of the way. In the meantime, we're going to put her back in her enclosure, and I think I've got a game plan on how I'm going to do this. I'd love to be able to show her to you guys before I put her away again, just to show you how gorgeous this girl is. She's been pretty calm throughout the whole situation, so I'm thankful for that. But I think what I'm going to do here, if it will fit, there we go. Now I've got the tub facing down into the enclosure and facing toward her cork bark or burrow, so maybe she will go that direction. Hopefully. I've got the tripod in the way, so I can't pull this cardboard out. She is wanting to go up rather than down. Little rascal. Alright. Got to rethink this for just a second. Hold on, guys. Alright, well, she came out on her own just about the time I paused the camera. I reached and grabbed my paintbrush and then was going to use that to kind of tickle her off the side of the tub. I raised the end of the tub up just to get the paintbrush under there, and she plopped down into her now dry water dish, but fear not. She will have water pretty soon. I've got to do maintenance on everybody tomorrow. But there she is, back safe and sound in her home. Hopefully some of you new keepers have learned a little something in this video. The one thing to always remember, guys, when you're dealing with these animals, whether it's rehousing or an escape like this, or maybe even you're feeding and watering them and they try to come out of the enclosure, always keep calm. The last thing you want to do is freak out or panic, because then it causes more stress on you, it causes more stress on the animal, and likely the animal will get hurt before you will. So just always try to remember that. I know for some people it's difficult. Fortunately, I've always been kind of calm in the face of danger or whatever, if you will. But, I mean, don't get me wrong. There are times when I am nervous or scared. I just am able to keep a clear head and a steady hand and be able to take care of business. There is a second part to this video, because I was actually going to do a video today, just not this one. And I will do that part right now. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you learn something from it. So here's the video that I meant to do. Some of you will remember a couple of weeks ago, a buddy of mine went to the North American Reptile Breeders Conference in Dallas, and he picked me up a camel spider. I housed that camel spider in a tarantula's old enclosure. Didn't even take the substrate out, just left the substrate in there, because this substrate was designed for arachnids and it's designed to hold burrows and stuff like that. Well, everything but this arachnid. This arachnid right here is the most active tunneling, burrowing, bulldozing thing I've ever seen in my life. It continuously was tunneling and burrowing, and it would build a tunnel, and then just in, you know, the actions of moving around and doing more tunneling, everything was collapsing. Most of the animals that, you know, you put in the substrate, like tarantulas, scorpions, they dig a tunnel and a burrow and they're done. This thing was just constantly digging, so it was just messing up everything, and everything was just starting to collapse. So I ordered some excavator clay. I had seen people use it for certain burrowing species before. They mostly use it for reptiles like bearded dragons and stuff like that. I mixed it a bit dry so that maybe they could dig and tunnel, and then I put it in the enclosure, and I used a marker. I just put a marker in here and then packed the clay around it to give it a starter burrow. And then I decided to add, because I had it, some multicolored volcanic rock, and hopefully this enclosure right here will actually make the sun spider, camel spider, sorry, happier than the other substrate. I've been keeping it in this tub for the past couple of days with just the regular Terra Aranya substrate, and as you can see, it's all kind of just piled up because it's just been digging and tunneling and burrowing. So what I'm going to do is, I got a tip from someone in the comments on one of my last videos on this thing, where if you scoop these guys up from underneath, you know, you're not have to worry about them being bitey or snappy or whatever. So I'm going to try to just scoop it up in a small snack cup and then put it down in here. And then over the next few days, I'll observe it and see how it does in there. Hopefully it'll do a lot better than it did in this substrate right here. All right, so I decided to switch tactics and use this slotted spoon. I actually use this to mix substrate as I'm spraying it and trying to moisturize it. Maybe I can get underneath the camel spider. There we go. With very little of this substrate going into the new enclosure. Got a little defensive, but other than that, nice and calm. This is probably one of the closer looks I have given you guys of this critter right here. Very creepy and alien looking, but fascinating nonetheless. So let's get it over here and see how it does in its new home. I think it'll probably feel more at home here than it did within that Terra Aranya. Don't get me wrong, Terra Aranya from the Biodude is a great substrate, especially for spiders, tarantulas, scorpions, things like that. But for a workhorse like this that's always tunneling and digging and burrowing, just not ideal. So maybe I'll give you guys an update here in a few days, and hopefully we will have a happy camel spider. Guys, that's all I've got. Thank you so much for watching this video and all my videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends, guys. And as always, have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. And for gosh sakes, take care of each other and yourselves. God bless.